If you're enjoying this kind of content that we're producing for the next generation of Muslims, then we highly recommend you check out our 1-year virtual mentorship program for boys and girls aged between 7 and 19. You can find out more details and enroll by visiting www.amaujunior.com.
الحمد لله رب العالمين له الحمد الحسن والثناء الجميل وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له يقول الحق وهو يهدي السبيل وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. This is another episode, a seat at the table. I have two special guests with me today, inshallah ta'ala. They're going to introduce themselves and their age, inshallah ta'ala, and the topic that we're going to talk about, inshallah ta'ala. So introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Muhammad. I am 10 years old.
Muhammad, 10 years of age. Allahumma barik.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Hamza and I'm 9 years old.
Allahumma barik. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Both of you. Today, inshallah ta'ala, the topic that we're going to be discussing together is relationship. The relationship, inshallah ta'ala, that we're going to be talking about is what?
Between your parents.
Between your parents.
Siblings.
Between your parents and your siblings. So before we start, I want you guys to, inshallah ta'ala, introduce this topic for me. Let's start with the parents. The relationship that you have with your parents, how important is it?
Okay, so you need to obey them. You need to do whatever they tell you to do, unless it is going against Allah's orders.
Allahumma barik. Wow, that's good. Allahumma barik. So the first thing that we want to know is that you have to listen to your parents, your mother and your father. That is unrestricted, or is it restricted? You, mashallah, mentioned it. It's restricted. If they say do something which is haram, then we don't listen to them. But even then, do we be disrespectful to them?
No, we have to be kind in a manner and say it.
We have to say it in good manners, in a very nice way. That's why Allah said in the ayah, وَإِن جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا وَصَاحِبُهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. Allah says, if they strive, your parents, they exert effort to make you do that which is wrong, like shirk, disobey Allah. They try their hardest, right? Yeah. Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala, He said, فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. Don't obey your mom or your dad. But then look what Allah said after that. وَصَاحِبُهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيا مَعْرُوفًا. But be friends with them. Even though they are not telling you to do something good, Allah is still telling us that we can't disconnect ourselves from them. We have to still be connected with them, right?
Did He reveal this ayah at the time of Mus'ab ibn Umair?
Allahumma barik. An amazing question, mashallah. So this ayah came down on a noble companion, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas' mother, she strove so much to make Sa'd leave Islam. When she heard that Sa'd took Islam and he accepted Islam, Sa'd was a very good boy to his mother. He was very respectful to his mother, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And so what she wanted to do was, she wanted to make him leave the religion of Islam. So she said to him, I am going to starve myself. And I'm going to sit in the sun. The sun's going to burn me. And I'm going to starve. And I'm not going to eat. And everyone is going to say, that is Sa'd's mother sitting there. Sa'd disrespected his mother. Sa'd wasn't nice to his mother. So then he said to his mother, Mom, I'm never going to leave this religion. I'm never going to leave Islam. I'm going to be a Muslim for the rest of my life, inshallah. So if you are going to sit in the sun, and if you're going to starve, you're going to only hurt yourself, Mom. So don't do that to yourself. So when his mother realized how serious he was, and that he is not going to leave the religion of Islam, she came back home and she started to eat. So that's what the ayah came down on. But look at him. He didn't disrespect his mother. He didn't shout at her. He didn't boycott his mother. He still was good towards his mother. So why are parents very important? What's the reason they're very important?
Because your mother gave birth to you.
Your mother gave birth to you.
And your father and mother take care of you.
They take care of you.
They give you a shelter over your head.
A shelter over your head. Have you ever seen a newborn baby? Brand new, spanking new baby, like crying. Have you seen a baby? You've seen it. Are the babies strong? Can they walk? Can they talk?
No.
So, what does the mother and father do?
To take care of them.
They take care of that child. If the parent just takes the child and throws him in a rubbish bin, can the child help himself?
No.
So the parents have chosen to take care of you. They chose to feed you. They chose to make you wear good clothing, right? Once you grow up and you become strong, and you start to have a brain, and you're able to talk, and you're able to walk, and you're able to, is it fair that you forget them and you disrespect them? Is it good?
No.
It's not good. Someone who, like, if you both stand up and you look how far you are from the ground, who's the one who made you rise from the ground that far?
Your parents.
Your parents. They're the ones who love you the most. Your mother and father love you the most. More than even your friends. Even more than your friends. It's your parents. That's why if your friends tell you to do something and your parents tell you to do something, who should you listen to?
Parents.
Because who's the one who's really caring for you every day, feeding you, putting you to sleep, hugging you? Who is it?
Your parents.
Your parents.
Like example, you want to do arts and crafts and you want to use the scissor, but your parents said don't use the scissors, but your friend says use the scissors, then you should listen to your parents.
Because Wallah is so true. You should. Your parents are looking out for you. They don't have, oh, I'm going to put myself first. Who are they looking out for?
Us.
They're looking out for you. Your well-being. They're looking out for your progression. They're looking out for where you're going to be in the future. See, my children are the only people who I want them to pass me. Everyone else is a competition. But if my children pass me and they become better than me, it's like, okay, no problem. Parents love their children even more than themselves. Especially who's the bigger one, mom or dad? Who has more rights in Islam?
Mother.
How many times?
3 times.
Yes.
Yeah. The mother's got 3 times rights. Why is the mother?
Because she gave birth to you. She's the one who takes care of you like the most.
She had you in the womb for 9 months and also she has Jannah for you.
The Prophet ﷺ, he told us in the hadith, when the man came to him, he said, Ya Rasulullah, man ahaqqu an-nas bi husni sahabati. Who is the person who's most deserving of my companionship? Who should I be the most closest to? The Prophet said to the man, Ummuk, your mother. Then the man said, Thumma man, after that. The Prophet then said, Ummuk. The man said, Thumma man, after that. The Prophet then said, what? Thumma Ummuk, the 3rd time. And then the man said, Thumma man, after that who? And then he said what?
Your father.
Your father. So the father was when? The 4th. The reason is because the mother, the child is inside her tummy, right? For how many months?
9.
9 months. That child that's in her stomach for 9 months, he's eating her food. He's living on her. Allah says in the Qur'an, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ كُرْحًا وَوَضَعَتْهُ كُرْحًا وَحَمْلُهُ وَفِصَالُهُ 30 شهرا. Your mother, she's carrying you. She can't sleep properly when you're in the stomach. You being in the stomach makes it very uncomfortable for her to sleep. At night, she wakes up 3, 4, 5 times because she can't sleep properly. She can't walk.
Or sometimes she can't even sleep.
She can't even sleep. Sometimes she can't eat food. Okay? Then once you come out after 9 months, do you let her go and do what she wants? What do you do to her? Or what do we do to her? She breastfeeds us for another 2 years.
Yeah.
And that breastfeeding, all that milk is again, you're taking it from her food. You're taking it from her energy. You're taking it from her body. So all of that is affecting her. That's why the mother grows old, tired, fragile. She becomes weak. The father, on the other hand, not maybe he's sleeping for the 9 months.
Yeah.
For 9 months he's sleeping. And then the 2 months, when the mother's breastfeeding, He's really not there all the time, is he?
Yeah.
But he's doing something else which is very good. What's he doing?
He's earning the money.
He is the breadwinner. He's bringing the money into the house. But that isn't as big as the mother. The mother is more bigger. And that's what Allah chose the mother.
Yes.
Those two parents are the ones that they sacrifice everything for you. They cut away from their friends. They leave everyone else. They don't even enjoy themselves.
And sometimes they also have to cut their own desires. Like, example, someone likes Coke, but they can't have it.
It's true. Sometimes they look at the food and they say, okay, you have it. Because they wanted to eat something and you say, Mom, I want it. Thank you. وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ. They take it from themselves just for you. صح?
Yeah.
You will realize how important your parents are when you what? When you grow older and you have your own children and you look at your children and what you do for them and the sacrifices that you do. That's when you start appreciating your mother and your father. When you see your wife carrying the child for 9 months, you realize parents are very important. Even when you grow older and you become 30, 40, they're still there to take care of you. They're still there to support you. They always want your progression. They always want you to be high. What about your siblings? You went quiet, Muhammad.
No.
Relationship with siblings, how should it be, Hamza?
That, like, example, if they trouble you so much, you should still stay strong. Like, you should still stay strong and you should not, like, hit them or something. You should explain to them.
Sometimes throw a pillow at them, no?
No.
Also, like, they should be your, like, best friend, like, even more than any other friend.
It's true. Again, the second thing is, you see, your siblings are either older than you or younger than you. If they are older than you, what should you do? Respect your elders. But if they're younger than you, you have to be what? Merciful towards them.
You should, like, treat them kindly.
So your elder brothers and sisters, you have to be what? Respectful to them. The ones that are younger than you have to be what?
Merciful.
Merciful and kind to them. Don't suffocate them in sleep. What you have to do? Be kind and merciful to your youngsters. And the ones that are younger than you. If there's something you have, sometimes sacrifice it for them. Just say, take it. I'll give it to you, okay? Your older brother and sister, if they tell you to do something, listen. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, لَيْسَ مِنَّا. He's not from amongst us.
Yes.
مَنْ لَمْ يُوَقِّرْ كَبِيرَنَا. The one who doesn't respect his elders and what?
And does not show mercy to
the younger ones.
And what if the younger one does not respect you? Then what you should do?
Hamza's got a question.
Exactly, merciful. Like merciful as in, like, even if they do something bad, they trouble you, then you should always be like kind.
You see, this is something I want you to remember, Hamza, okay? Other people's actions should not determine your response. Shall I break that down for you? The way that the people are to you, and the way that the people deal with you, and the way that they do things to you, shouldn't control the way you respond. You should always respond with what? The way Allah and His Messenger sanctioned. What if someone angers you, makes you angry? What should you do? وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Those who restrain their anger, hold it back. When they're angry, you can't even tell they're angry. They might even smile and they're angry. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ. They hide their anger. وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. And they forgive the people. وَاللَّهُ
يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ.
وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. So to forgive is always the best. But if you do what your rights, and you think, you know what, this person's not being nice to me, never take matters into your own hand. What should you do? Take it to your parents. Snitch. Say, Mommy, Daddy, my older brother is doing this to me, my younger brother is doing this to me, and they will solve the situation, right?
Yes.
They say snitches get put in stitches, right? Have you heard that?
Yes.
Snitches get stitches.
So who snitches in the family?
The younger ones snitches.
They always snitch everything that's happening in the house. I'll tell you guys a funny story. My youngest sister, someone in my family, we were playing in the house. My mother went, so she left us with someone. But what we did was, the auntie that was left with us, I think she went to sleep or something. Anyways, we were playing, and our house phone, the house phone, it's locked, so you can't call anyone. You can only have incoming calls. Outgoing calls are not working because my mother, she put something on it, password or something. So the only people you can call is who? 999.
Oh.
So we call the 999. We call the police. The police are like, who's this? Like, we put the phone down. If you put the phone down and you call the police, what happens?
And then like
They think there's an emergency.
So they come rushing at the house, right?
yes,
They can track you.
Of course.
they have a tracker.
They're a tracker. They know the house that was called, the phone came from, right? And is the police phone line ever busy?
No.
Is it ever busy?
Yes.
No, never. It's emergency line, so it can never be busy. So they picked up, they said, what do you want? They put the phone down. So they sent a police over. When the police came over, my auntie was sleeping, my mother was out. So my older sister said, oh, it's fine, nothing was happening. They said, oh, is it real? They looked around and they realized that nothing was happening, so they left. So we sat down amongst ourselves. We said, look, if we tell mom what just happened, she's going to get really angry. Let's not say anything. Everyone be quiet. Okay, hush, hush, silence. We don't want to get in trouble. That was the agreement that we had. Okay? So my little sister was sitting there. She nodded. She said, okay. We told her, please don't say anything. Don't say anything. So my mother came home. My mom came home. My oldest sister and me and my other siblings, nobody said nothing. An hour went by. My younger sister said, Mom, no one called the police today. No one called the police. Mom said, what do you mean? Yeah, no one called the police. The police did not come to the house. We did not call the police. We're like, oh no. So she was the snitch in the family. She was the snitch. So the relationship that the siblings have, it should be what?
Like kind of like a truce. Like it should be like always, like we should always be
Like peace.
yes.
Yeah. So forgiveness is the first thing you do. You forgive. And the second thing you should work towards is what? If you feel like, no, I'm upset, I really want this to stop, then you tell your parents.
Yes.
When you grow older, some people stop talking to their siblings. They no longer talk to their siblings.
They grow apart.
And they don't call each other, they're angry with each other, they have things against each other. Ooh, are those people doing something good?
No.
Allah says in the Qur'an, فَهَلْ عَصَيْتُمْ إِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ أَن تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَتُقَطِّعُوا أَرْحَامَكُمْ. Stick up your hands. Stick up your hand. Okay, your 4 fingers and your thumb, are they the same size?
No.
Do they look the same?
No.
Are they the same? None. Okay, different, right?
Yeah.
But they all come from the same palm.
Yeah.
Sah?
Yes.
You and your siblings are all different. You all came from the same parents, but you're all different. Sah?
Yes.
So those differences should not push you apart. It should bring you together, right?
Yeah.
Just like your fingers are all on one palm, but they all come back to.
Together.
Sometimes you bite yourself, right?
Mm.
Oh, does your tongue say, no, I'm not going to stay here, I'm going to leave?
Mm.
Does it say that? So sometimes you and your siblings, there might be a little issue, a little friction. Your brother might do something bad to you. You might do something bad to your brother, right? What do? Forget it. We're brothers. We shouldn't fight. I love you, you love me. Khalas. Should always. Me and my brother, we used to fight a lot when we were young. I was always strongest. He might disagree with that. But there's always been love. To be honest, the funny thing is, we used to fight the most because we loved each other. The 2 siblings that fight the most, shout at each other the most, are the ones that love each other the most.
Like example, you go first, like out of the door, then you say, no, you go first, like that.
Allah, yeah. You go first, give him priority, have respect for your elders, the ones that are your elder brothers and sisters, and the ones who are younger than you, be very kind and merciful. Remember, everything you say and everything that you do, What you want from it is to get it closer to Allah Ta'ala, for Allah to love you. See, do we do bad things? Do we sometimes do things that are naughty?
Yeah.
Do we want our parents to forgive us?
Yes.
Do we want Allah to forgive us?
Yes.
So then we should forgive others. When somebody does something to us that we don't like, we should remember that we also like to be forgiven, so that we should be giving others forgiveness, right? Okay, let's conclude with a few points now. The people who are the most closest to you are who? Your parents and your siblings. They're your blood. They're the ones you've grown up with. Wherever you go, you come back to them.
Or they go with you.
They go with you. You have the same father, the same mother, or the same mother, or the same father. It doesn't matter. They're your siblings. You share blood, right? Have that place for them. Even if you disagree with them, even if you don't see eye to eye with them and things, respect them as your sibling. Allah gave them that, right? There was a great scholar of our time. His name is Sheikh Abdulrazak ibn Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad. His Sheikh is maybe late 50s, early 60s, or mid 60s maybe even. So he was invited to come to the UAE, right? He was invited to come to the UAE to give a lecture, to teach classes, and last minute the Sheikh cancelled. He said, I'm not going to come. Okay? He said, I can't come.
But was he in the UAE at that time?
No, he lives in Saudi Arabia. The last minute he said, I'm not able to come. So when they asked him, why can't you come? He said, my mother doesn't allow me to. Or my mother asked me not to. Or my parents asked me not to. He's 60. Who's he listening to? His father and mother. So even when you become older, don't say, oh, I know what I'm doing, please. Stop telling me what to do. Never say that. If your parents cook you food and you don't like it, what should you do?
Just eat it.
The Prophet ﷺ was never given food except that he what?
Ate it.
He ate it if he liked it. And if he didn't like it, he would what? He would not say anything bad about it.
But he ate it though.
If he couldn't eat it and he didn't like it, he wouldn't eat it. If you don't, but you don't say anything bad about your parents' food. You're never ungrateful to them. Why are you doing this? It's not fair. If my friend so-and-so has this, I want it as well. That's not a good thing, is it? Because your parents might not have that money. They might not have that money. They may be trying their hardest to provide for you food to eat and a shelter, a roof over your head. They might not be able to give you that, which your friend has, for example. And if they did have that money, they would have given it to you. So you're making them feel sad, that you're sad. If you would ever give your parents a gift, what would it be?
Like to memorize the Qur'an, and then they can have like that crown on the Day of Judgment.
Yeah.
Allahumma barik. What about you?
I was going to say that too.
To memorize the Qur'an, right?
Yeah.
To be a righteous child.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest gift your parent will ever want from you. Is for you to be a righteous child. I really love you two, inshallah ta'ala. You two are very smart and clever young lads.
Thank you.
May Allah preserve you both. Make you guys scholars.
Thank you.
And a warmth to your parents.
Ameen.
We're going to end there, inshallah ta'ala, with this episode. Anything we've said wrong, mistakes, shortcomings is from us and shaitan, and Allah and His Messenger are both free from it. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.